Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go. It's a lot until every single day. Still embedded in my brain. Please, you might want to history. Shit, my way. Way. Fish now. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you All right, let's see if that actually works here. It looks like we're having a little bit of audio issues here. I actually updated my MacBook and it looks like everything is pretty much crashing. I don't even think I have any music. So can you guys hear me in the chat right now? Okay, good. So I may not have any music on the backside of this, so I apologize for that. But hey, we're back, and you know what? We're doing it big here. I'm telling you what, the evening show might be the show. Piper, we're giving you a little run for the money, but hey, it's a green day out there. Bitcoin is looking pretty good. We are still testing that critical level. We haven't really closed over top of it yet, but we'll look at that when we get onto the charts. And I don't know that we're actually going to have FD tonight. It is his anniversary, so shout out to him. Show him some love in the chat so when he does come back to actually watch this, he can see you guys actually saying some nice things, man. So congratulations to you. Happy anniversary, and hope you guys really enjoy the night tonight. So that being said, there's not a whole lot we're going to sit here and talk about right now because I don't have a partner in crime. So we're going to go ahead and just get right into the news. So first up, here we go. Mr. Gary Gensler says Bitcoin is not a security. Thank you, Gary. But we already knew that. So welcome to the party. You're a little bit late. Hopefully, we can stop all this funny business by the SEC. They seem to be getting a little bit more permissive with a lot, right? We bypassed some rules. We just had that a couple days ago. And so hopefully we're seeing a little bit more of a flip here for cryptocurrencies and digital assets, getting a little bit more permissive and letting us kind of, be part of the club now. But good news there. That's kind of bullish, I think. And then Sailor, he says, we are in a Bitcoin gold rush. And one of the things he mentioned during this video is it's for the next 10 years. He thinks by November 2034, which he kind of made reference of, November 2034 is when all of the Bitcoin will be mined at that point. So he said it's pretty much going to be a gold rush here for the next 10 years. Everybody's really going to be fighting to get as much Bitcoin as they can, and then there's no more. So think about that. Then the price at that point realistically should increase exponentially based on its rarity, right? There's not much more of it. You can't mine more of it. You can't go make something out of a natural resource. That's it. It's all out in the world. So very interesting take, and it has me excited. Like I said, man, one of the big things for me is when I'm thinking about Bitcoin, where do I see Bitcoin in the next 5 to 10 years? And for me, if I sit there and I say right now in comparison to there, 5 to 10 years from now, I think the price is going to go up. So that is why I am ultra bullish right now on Bitcoin. And the next thing we got up is old Trumpy boy. I mean, he might have a point here. All right. So he's talking about Nancy Pelosi, and she sold off one of her stocks literally the day before some really, really bad news came out. And I can't remember what it is, I would try to play the video for you, but I don't know if this is going to work. We'll see. Let's try this out. Let's see if it crashes everything. If not, I'll just reset it, and we'll do this again.
And Nancy Pelosi has a little problem because her husband sold their Visa stock. They had a lot of Visa stock one day before Visa was announced that Visa is being sued by the Department of Justice. Think of that. Nancy Pelosi sold vast amounts of Visa stock one day before the big lawsuit that we all read about a few days ago was brought against Visa. You think it was luck? I don't think. She should be prosecuted. Nancy Pelosi should be prosecuted for that.
We unmute this real quick. So there you go. I mean, he's saying that Nancy Pelosi sold off her Visa stock literally the day before some really bad news came out. So kind of crazy to think about. He said, well, fine, at TradeFly, I'll join you if you would like. Dude, I would love to get you on here, Polio, but it would be a really huge task to get you through VDO, get you on there, get set up and all that, man. But you know what? If you want to come on with me, brother, you let me know. Hit me up on X and we'll get you on here. Maybe next week. If you're down for it, we'll get you on. So that kind of reminds me. Let's go ahead. Let's get over to the chat. Let's see who's in here. Say what's up to everybody. I see it's already starting to flow. Let's see. Let's go to live because sometimes it cancels you guys out. All right. In the chat, we got Alexandra G, the best mod in the house. Hope all is well, my lady. Username. I did see Crypto Mar in there earlier. It's actually, he's gone now because it's kind of scrolled down. But me and Username, we're going back and forth a little bit. I do owe him an audio clip. Unfortunately, bro, because I updated the computer, I got to go through the long way and enable the extensions again. So tomorrow, nope, I take that back. Monday, I'm going to have some audio clips for you. I actually downloaded it. I wish, you know what? I might be able to show you. I might be able to show you the stream deck here. You see that little guy down there? There he is. That's Dr. Evil. Sharks with freaking laser beams, buddy. I got you covered. All right. So we'll do that Monday once I get everything worked out this weekend. So, all right, moving on here. Who else we got in here? Piper's in here. He said, yo, 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 it is the #1 show. I mean, we might have had more views yesterday, maybe, just maybe. All right. Working down Harp. He said, big game for us tonight, TradeFly. Hey, dude. Yeah, it is Thursday night, isn't it? That's right. It is a big game for you. Definitely. All right. Eric Ballin. Wallen, what's up, dude? Where you been at? How you doing, man? Good to see you in the chat, man. He said, let's do it. Let's go, man. French Toaster's in here. Hola, my friend. Indie Rock Crypto. He said, I'm breaking the disclaimer. I mean, you do you, man, but technically I'm the only one that can break it, right? Let's see. Max H is in the house. He said, good evening, fam. How you doing? And Michael Kilo, he said, mute it, no audit. Yeah. Hopefully I got that all worked out. So hope we're all good there. And then Clayt, the Great in the house. How you doing, brother? Crypto Polio Cluck Cluck. What's up, my dude? And then Skate Crow 77. He said, good now, no music. Yeah, it is what it is. Sorry, guys. You know what I might be able to do, though? Let me double. Oh, nah, that won't work. Yeah, I'll do some troubleshooting afterwards. It is what it is, though. But, cool. What else we got? Scrolling through, smashing the like, my dude. There it is. All right. Let's see. Scrolling. Just the usual suspects in here. He said, well, I'll get you, man. All right. Cool. Talking a little Toronto Maple Leafs, huh? I'm actually I like Washington, man. Washington Capitals, man. Born and raised in the DC area, Maryland specifically, but Washington Capitals always been my team, man. And I'm very passionate about that. Those and the Washington Redskins at the time, now Commanders. We finally got a quarterback. Thank the Lord, baby Jesus. Caps Bull. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you. That's right, man. The grade 8. See, Alex O knows, man. Ovechkin is a stud. So I think he might break Gretzky's record next year. Thanks, Hart. Appreciate you, bro. You know, some of my favorite memories as a kid was the Flyers versus Capitals, and it's when they had Ron Hextall in goal. Man, they used to give him unbridled S, dude. Like they would chant his name the entire game. It was a great time. Let's see. TJ Oshie is the death of me as a resident Pens fan. Yeah, dude. TJ Oshie's, I mean, he's getting old though now. But I'll tell you what, that one when they were doing the shootout and like it wasn't, what is the I can't remember what the ice hockey's version of like the World Cup. I think it might have been the Olympics. It may have just been the Olympics. Dude, but he did like 6 or 7 penalty shots, and it wasn't, I think it was mostly in a row, and he made like most of them. It was crazy. Winter Olympics. There you go. It was wild. All right, man. Enough of me talking about craziness here. You know who we got to bring up? We got to bring up my man, Elmer Fudd. Let's go. All right. So unfortunately, I don't know if that sound actually came through. Probably not. But let's go ahead and go through this. So the Kabisi letter, I would recommend taking a look-see at that. Definitely a lot of good articles in there. But this one's going to be pretty in-depth. So we're going to read through quite a bit of this. So, all right. So China is panicking. In fact, China is showing 2008-like signs as they are on the brink of a severe recession. Over the last 2 days, China has begun pandemic-level stimulus, as seen during lockdowns in 2020. Is China dragging the global economy into a recession? Now, that's a really, really good question that I wasn't necessarily thinking about. I've kind of been so laser focused on our own issues in America, and I really haven't thinking about like China can have a pretty big impact on us as well, right? Because our economies are very, very tied together. And so there's definitely more to this. And I think it can have an impact. And that is kind of scary because we have our own data that's mostly negative. And then now China's as well. So one of the big things that I had talked about previously was China's real estate market. If you guys don't know, that's one of the biggest pieces of their economy. And a lot of their investors, like the big investment there, like you'll see where we kind of get into tech stocks, you kind of have your big 7, but they're really heavy in real estate. And one of their biggest conglomerates, Evergrande, which is like China's real estate giant, they said, filed Chapter 15 bankruptcy. Now that was pretty big news, and I don't think a whole lot of people were really talking about it, at least over here. But that was pretty big. And then what else? So they actually are in their longest period of deflation. Deflation, let that sit in, since 1999. So that is when you have a really bad recession. So like, I was kind of jokingly, halfway not jokingly saying like, give me the recession, bring on the deflation, because I would like to see the prices come down. They're experiencing that time now. So I wonder if there is going to be a trickle down effect where we have something similar that maybe we're just kind of delayed because, maybe we're a little bit better at kind of finagling the numbers in the US. So something for you to think about there as well. This kind of talks about what deflation is. I think you guys are smart enough to figure that out. And then it talked about unemployment, right? So we're already seeing our unemployment numbers kind of get, messed up. We had some crazy revisions too. I think they were off by like 1 million. So we'll let that sink in. But unemployment in China is surging to a new decade high. So again, like it's just a lot of bad data going on for China, and just something for you to take into consideration. That's kind of what we do here. We kind of bring you the whole picture, right? We don't just talk about crypto directly and always look at the charts. We kind of give you the macroeconomic look at it too as well. So they said, "Put me in, coach." Bro, the audio is jacked, FD. So I'm probably just gonna run through this one. I updated my computer, so everything is messed up. When I logged into VDO, it actually was messing things up as well. So, but hey, dude, happy anniversary. You guys definitely go enjoy it. Or you can sit here in the chat as well and mix it up with us. But yeah, I gotta do some troubleshooting after the show, brother. All right, so let's go over to the market pulse. And the first thing we got up is going to be the economic calendar. So today, GDP growth rate quarter over quarter, that came out. That was actually at 3% as expected. And then durable goods month over month was 0. So the forecast was actually negative 2.2. So that is actually a good number. And he talked about, I know Piper talked about that quite a bit this morning. So Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I see the cry emojis, my B. And then, of course, Fed Chair Powell had his speech today. So I'll be honest with you, I didn't actually watch that today, so I got some catching up to do on what it was that he talked about. So if you guys actually can drop it in the chat, let me know. Let me know if you thought it was hawkish, bullish, or if it's going to have any impacts on the market at all. So next up is going to be crypto total market cap. All right, so that's sitting at 2.28 trillion, and that is up 2.82% over the last day. 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at 86.41 billion. That is an increase of 31.48%. That is a nice move. Currently, the Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 56.36%, an increase of 0.10 over the last day. So let's look at the fear and greed index. That is at 48, which is actually down. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you had a move up in price action. That is very interesting because I think we were in the 50s yesterday. We are now sitting at 48. Rolling down the list here, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as usual, 1 and 2. Bitcoin is sitting at $65,203, and that is up 3.28% over 24 hours and 3.72% over 7 days. Ethereum currently sitting at $2,636, just updated on me, and that is up 2.49% over the last 24 hours. BNB is still working on that 600. It was above 600. Now it's just under, and that is up 1.97% over the last 24 hours. Solana is up to 155, and that is up 5% over 24 hours. So that is a nice move for Solana. And again, one of those key levels you're going to be looking for is about 60, or I think it's 162. So we'll pull that up on the charts. We'll look at that today. XRP still between 50 and 60 cents. No big surprise there. That is up 1.54% over the last 24 hours. And Doge is sitting at 11 cents. So it's been moving in a positive direction. That was under 10, and now it is at 9.06% over the last 24 hours. So good call there by FD. He's been talking about Doge probably the last week or so. Toncoin is at $5.80. Not a big mover. It's only up 2%. Cardano rounding out the number 10 spot. It's made a move. We are at a $14 billion market cap. Welcome back to the party, Cardano. It's up 5.62% over 24 hours and up 14.75% over 7 days. So there you go. And SHIB, yes, SHIB did wake up as well, man. That had a nice little pump today. I want to say that was like 20-some% last time I looked at it, and it is sitting 24.25% over 24 hours and 34% over the last 7 days. Man, that is crazy how meme coins can move. But that kind of goes back to what FD was saying. He was saying, like, he thinks when money starts flowing back in, they're going to go back to some of these legacy meme tokens, and Shiba Inu is one of those now. It's been around long enough to say, like, it's kind of got a solid base, and it came in as like the Dogecoin killer, right? So not too terribly surprised to see a big move on SHIB there. All right, let's go over to the crypto bubbles, and it is green all over the place. Look at SHIB at 25.2%, Bonk at 20.4%. Nice to see that because I do have a little bit of Bonk. Hex is at 23.8, don't care about that. And then eCash is currently at 17.7. We got Wormhole, don't know too much about that. That's at 22 or 20.2%. PayPay is at 15.5, Arrow at 18.3, Bread at 19.2. This has been moving. This has been moving quite a bit. I've seen Brett green consistently, so I'd be interested to see how that's holding up over probably the last like 7 to 14 days. What else did you say? TradeFly, but Ondo doing the damage. Yeah, what's Ondo doing? Let's go ahead and look that up. Ondo 67 here. That is up 27.4% on the week, 9.3% on the day. Nice. That's a good move. That's a really good move. I do have some Ondo as well, and I think we just talked about that recently. So good to see there. Cool. Bubbles are looking good, man. Let's see. BitTenzer, that's down 4.1%. Don't know too much of why that is, but not looking good there. And then WorldCoin. So that was just a big mover the other day. Not too surprised to see a little bit of a pullback after such a big move. So it's up 28% just on the week alone. All right. Let's go over to the liquidation heat map. We did have some liquidity up here. Bye-bye. That got cleared out. And now we are sitting at about 66K is where your next set, really just under it, of liquidity. And then we have some more down here at about 62,550. So we've been talking about that. We said there was a hot spot here, 62,600 or so. We said that was pretty achievable to get. I'm not going to lie to you. I really thought once it started making this move down, we were going to grab this liquidity before we made this move up. I was wrong. We made that move up and we went up, we grabbed some of this liquidity, and there's still some up there. There's still a little bit for the taking if it wants it, but you can see really in the near part of the price action here, it's kind of cold on each side of the price action currently right now. So let's go over to the chart and let's see how this all lines up on the chart, and let's get over to the technicals. There we go. Switch the old sign there. So we got technicals. All right. Looking at Bitcoin, we are on the daily. So this hasn't changed. This 65.1, I think it's pretty key. All right. Because we didn't close really. Oh, man, I guess you could argue we did close over top of it. Barely. Let's look at the 4 hour. I just want to see a smaller time frame here to see what it looks like. Still building that pressure up and right. Talked a little bit about that. I did think right here, I thought we were having a little breakout to the downside. Chart Prime kind of agreed, gave us a smart target down here. Again, I really did think we were going to have this pullback and test the dynamic reactor at a minimum, and then this horizontal level of support. I really thought we were going to get a test of that, but here we are. Still flirting with this 65.1. We're at 65.2 currently. I think it's a big line in the sand for me. You want to see a close over top of it, which we barely got. So I don't know that I'd really take that because this line is not perfect, right? I didn't draw this line at the exact point of resistance, but I'm trying my best based on what I'm seeing on the charts. But what I would like to see is a nice clear close over top of it, and then the retest before I feel comfortable about going long from this position right here. I'm still at the same point I was yesterday in terms of taking a long position. I wouldn't do it here at resistance. So I'd wait for some kind of pullback or confirmation that we are going to be over this resistance, flip it to support. So once we flip this into support and then you come back for that retest, then I'd be a little bit more interested in taking a long position. But if you're already in a long position, don't be scared out of it. But I wouldn't be against locking in some profits at this point either, right? So I do think that there is potential for some more upside. 4 hour looks like it's starting to turn over. You are getting a reversal of trend, but that's not too weird to see when you're in a constant uptrend. If the price is continuously moving up and right, you're going to see these resets. Reset. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's the way it's an oscillator, right? Understand the way an oscillator works. It goes up, it goes down, and it just kind of resets. So think about that. But right now it's looking good, man. And overall, I've told you that my sentiment didn't change even when we were down here. I thought there was a potential for some upside. There was a lot of resistance to work through, and we are working through most of it. So the good news is we are on top of now the point of control. We are on top of the 200 SMAs, two very, very key levels to really think of, right? This is just a horizontal level of resistance. This is just my own kind of little line in the sand. I don't know that too many people are talking about this level specifically. It's just going back left on the chart and looking at where we had support and resistance. That's kind of what keyed me in on this level right here. And, so far it's kind of holding up. And then before we had the breakdown, that was an area as well. So it's kind of all aligning when you look at support and resistance on a horizontal level. So, but hey, look at this, man. Smart target played out. It's smarter than I am apparently because, one of the things I said is always get out, find your support and resistance that kind of correlates to that area. Chart Prime for the win, bro. Came up and wicked right over top that smart target. So if you would have took that trade, let's go ahead and measure that out. Little shill for Chart Prime here. It's a nice, let's go up a little bit more. Let's give it its credit. 7.37% win. There you go. Did it all by itself on the daily. So if you guys want to check out Chart Prime, go down to the link. We got that down in the description. Chill. There you go. I'm done with that. Let's see. So things aren't really changing much for me. All right. I mean, in terms of, what are we going to try to trade now? Again, I got to wait for it to break. Or we're going to be looking for some kind of sharp rejection here. But even with that, it doesn't mean, look how many times we're testing it. I mean, it's constant. Like I said, the pressure is up and right very clearly here. So be careful. You can always set some alerts down here at this level. And then if it does pull back to this level, then you take a look at the charts and say, okay, let's see if there's an opportunity for a trade there. But again, I kind of keep drawing this line in the sand. Weekly close under 56. So if price comes back down to 56, I'll probably lather in. I'll probably, put a couple more towards the bag there. All right. Let's see. BT has the worst internet connection of any state. I don't know too much about that. Dave Gelfin, what's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome to the party. Just trying to catch up on some of the chat here. Did we close the day? Yes, we did. The close did happen over the 200 SMA, and I would say barely over my line. But like I said, I don't know that line is perfect. It's right at resistance. Right at resistance was the close. So yeah, the new open started about an hour ago. Let's see. The Chart Prime, Oracle Pro with market structure and EMAs has been money. Hell yeah, dude. Just going through the chat here. Oh, Gypsy, dude. That video earlier was hilarious, man. Like, I don't know. That it just made me smile. I don't know if you guys saw it. Go over to X, check out Piper's account. And his dog Gypsy was literally chasing its leash around like a futon or whatever that little I don't know if it was a leg rest or what, but it was hilarious. What does TradeFly hate more? Fish with hats or plants? I think all of the above, man. No, I'm just kidding, dude. Plants, no. I love plants. Love plants. I try to get you. Look, I try to hold on, let me go the full. That's supposed to be a plant. But AI had other ideas of what a plant is. It's like a futuristic plant. That's probably what your plants will look like in the future, just so you know. All right, trying to get a TradeFly night show paid day. Dude. Alex O, man, thank you. I appreciate it. But you're being too generous, man. I thank you so much. But honestly, you don't have to. We're already beating the morning show in views. Okay, mission accomplished. We did it. Sorry, Piper. Cool. Randy, what's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome. Do you think Piper talks to that dog in a baby voice or yells at her like Army General? Oh no, he's definitely a baby voice. I bet he's got a little alter ego for sure. He's only mean to me. All right. Just kidding. He's pretty nice to me. Let's go over to Solana. Look at that here. So I said we would take a look at it. Doom. Yeah. Are these business expenses in California? Yeah. You should write these off for sure. Hope you have a LLC or something. But thank you again, dude. Truly appreciate it. If you guys don't know, like Alex O, me and him have definitely gotten pretty close since I've started doing this, the content creation with Piper. Piper really has been kind of like that segue into me meeting a lot of people. Billy Goat Tales, that whole team, Alex O, and we've all just become a pretty cool, like tight knit community, which is really, really great. And, opening the door, letting FD in, I think that's part of why he loves it here so much as well, is that we have a really good community. So again, thank you. Much appreciated. Please go check out Alex O on YouTube as well. So he has got a great channel and a great community. Check out his Discord. The people over there are amazing. All right, let's get back over to the charts here. Boom. And then I'm going to find Soul. Get that Soul train ready. All right, 156. That's going up since I think I talked about it. All right, so we've been talking about a couple key levels here. You did get a smart target with that breakout again with Chart Prime. And I mean, look at this, dude. Chart Prime for the win. Again, man, this is on the daily. But we talked about this area, right? So I talked about this, I think, a little bit on the morning show very, very quickly. You got that break of the point of control, right? You got over the dynamic reactor. What did I want to see? I want to see it come down, retest this area. That's a true retest that we're getting. All right. And then you'll look for that movement up and right. This is kind of what I preach all the time. This is what it looks like. All right. So it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to get the perfect little tap right here on the point of control. Sometimes you do, but most of the times it looks something more like this, right? But this is what we're looking for. So you could have very easily, like, not taking these wicks into consideration, You could have easily, once it broke, put a limit, put a stop, and then let it ride and see if you got some movement up and right. Now, a lot of people, they try to do different methods when it's like 3-to-1, 2-to-1 in terms of risk management. I try to find the next area of support. All right. So if you're looking at this on this chart right here, when you're looking at the next area of support, what do you have here? You have the 50-day moving average on the daily, right? That's pretty significant, I'd say. So you have the 50-day moving average. You come back and you look left a little bit. You're like, okay, where do I have support and resistance? And you start looking at that. And so I would say somewhere in this area, right? If you're looking at this dashed line, you see resistance, you see support, come back left, you see support, a lot of support here, little resistance. All right. So that's one way that you can do risk management as well, is by using just support and resistance levels on top of just a straight ratio. Some people like to just use a ratio like this. So they take their little long position and they drop it like that. Now this one is set up a little differently. I was doing some different craziness here, but let's go 2-to-1, right? All right, so that's a 2-to-1. You could do that if you wanted to, but that puts you pretty high up, right? That puts you at 162 almost, really at 160. So there's different ways. Like you can manipulate this how you want to make it a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1. 3-to-1 is kind of like the I'll say the sweet spot in terms of like how many trades you win to losses, and percentage wise, that's the one that would play out better for you. But you can manipulate it however you want. You can move these up and down, right? So like now, let's say that the 200 SMA here. All right, that's where I want to get out, or I'm thinking about getting out. So that's about 3-to-1 right there. So that's a way to do it. You can do those things, to each of their own. But all right, so we've gotten over the 200 SMA. All right, so this is good news. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. Cool. All right, over the 200 SMA. We even had to close over the 200 SMA. This is good. All right, we've gotten over the smart target. We've gotten over pretty much most of the things that matter on the daily. Now, this is just a horizontal level of resistance, but this is the area that I've been looking for a while. All right, I've been looking for 162 for quite some time. And once we found, support here in this area, that's been my call, was 162. So near term, just to know like how, I'd be playing this, right? You get that balance, right? You're looking at this, all right, you see price action kind of moving up. You see RSI, prime oscillator moving up. This would probably be the first trade, right? You're looking at the point of control, dynamic reactor, and then you get out. All right. This is if you're kind of scalping intraday type stuff. All right. You get out, you wait, you let that thing get over top, you get that retest, look for that continuation up and right. All right, cool. Now we get back in. And now 200 SMA. I'll be pretty transparent with you. I'd probably get out of 200 SMA if I was doing scalping or intraday. All right. That's just personal thing. It's a significant area. I would look for price action there, some kind of pullback, which we got up there, pull back, got up there, and actually closed over top of it. So now what? Well, now you're looking for another move up. You're looking for that move up to 162. And again, that's probably where I would get out. Now, could you have held it all the way through all that? Yeah, absolutely. That's swing trading. That's kind of what I prefer, swing trading. Try to find something down here that makes sense, and then go up to a significant area of resistance where you can clearly see it on the charts. So just talking through a little bit, kind of like my brain process, what I'm thinking a lot of times when I'm looking at the charts here. But yeah, 162, that's your key area of resistance. We're talking a whole nother ball game if we get through that. The only other thing you really got holding you down is going to be the value area high. And I don't know how much that's going to hold up, but it might hold up a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of interaction there. But you get over 162, man, I think it's going to be game one for Solana. I think we start talking a lot bigger numbers. I think probably the 180s is going to be in play. First stop will be 170, but I think 180s is probably going to be in play just based on kind of looking at the chart here, horizontal levels, looking at closes, not really considering this wick. Yeah, man, it could be game one for Solana. There's a lot of bullish news with Solana as well. Hope you guys like the pumpkins. I'm getting a little festive here. But let's go over to the chat. And again, support, just so you know, this all remains in play. All right, 126. I would, dude, if it ever comes back down there, like I'd probably snatch it up. 121, you get some wicks down there. Don't be afraid to like just leave limit orders down here. Like you don't have to put a lot of capital in it, but not financial advice. But I do that sometimes. Like when I see an area that's just tried and true, I'll just put a limit order and forget about it. And sometimes it gets filled. You know, sometimes you get those crazy days where there's a big wick that comes down for whatever reason, some kind of FUD in the market. Sometimes those orders get filled, man. So don't be scared of that. Cool. Let's go over to the chat real quick. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. I see some logos in there, man. I appreciate that. This logo is fire. One tattoo. That's a great question, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it. I'm gonna get a sleeve. I already have a couple tattoos. I don't really show those on camera much, but I am gonna get a sleeve, probably down to my elbow, like half sleeve. So maybe we'll have to throw the TradeFly logo in there. That'll be pretty dope. All right, Pipe, take it easy, bro. I'm probably a little late saying goodbye, but hope you have a good night, my man. Let's see what else we got. Pumpkins in this chat. All right, cool. Wick's wife fine 89, welcome. You are late. You better report to the first sergeant and do some push-ups. You're gonna have to go back and watch it. I think we can look at one more altcoin. So go ahead, drop me a good one in there. Nothing too crazy, and we'll take a look at one more altcoin, and then we will bounce for the evening. All set. What's up? C90 for the win. If I haven't said what's up, how you doing, man? I'll do some push-ups, okay? Maybe not 100, like, no. Yeah. Hey, day 20. It's about to go down. After this, it's about to go. Get that 100 in. Anything? BNB? All right. Let's look at BNB. Cool. Alex, oh, too late, man. You snooze, you lose, brother. BNB it is. Damn, he sent me a super chat too. That's harsh. You know what? I got you, dog. I'll look at what is it? TIA. All right. Take a quick look at BNB. Let's do that. Looks like I got a fib retracement on there. 0.236. I think we talked about that. The big line in the sand, that stands out pretty clearly. 632. 632 is kind of your upside target. It's just a horizontal level. I mean, look at the crazy wicks. There's a lot of selling pressure when it gets up there. And I mean, we are kind of breaking this, right? So we're flipping the trend. And we got up to what, 615. Yeah, I'm going to put a high side target. I'll keep with 632. If we get over that, of course, there it is. I mean, look, there is not going to be a lot of volume in here. I think we looked at this recently. I want to say we did. Yeah, there you go. Look at all the volume there. Most of this is selling pressure, just so you know. Just looking at it right now, yeah. So that's probably where we're going to see some price action. You'll probably see a rejection off of there initially before we can break. So that's what I would be looking for. That's one of those areas I'd probably look for a scalp, like a short, to be honest with you. But if you're already in the trade, it's looking good. It's looking good. I mean, we're trying to break this area officially right around the, I think it's 0.236. Yeah. Trying to break that and close over top of it. That'll give you a, kind of the warm and fuzzy that you're going to make that move up. But in terms of support, if you're trying to get back in or you missed the move, this you got the 200 SMA right here. 200 SMA as well as a horizontal level of support, right? That's the green line. So this indicator, the dynamic support and resistance zones, I actually did make a, damn, no chart. Share your chart. Yeah, I got you. There we go. All right, so back at it. Rookie move. All right, here is the resistance I was talking about at 632. Here's the volume. All right, and this blue right here. That's what I'm talking about right here. So you got very, very clear resistance. All right, there's not a lot of volume between here and there. All right, so you could have a pretty, if you break this area, I think you're going to have an explosive move up. All right, you'll start probably retesting some of these areas up in the 700s. It's kind of crazy to think about, but I think it's well within play if you break 632. But 632 is going to be heavy resistance, right? Because look at how much volume is associated with this area. All right. So what I was talking about, and I don't know why I just drew another. There you go. This is what I'm talking about. You could look for a potential scalp here. I think you're going to see price action to the downside, but I'd look for like a quick, like 1, maybe 2% move, and then a little bit of leverage. Because I mean, I'm not going to say it's a given, but I would say you could definitely get a little pullback off of that area. So looking at that, in terms of support, you do have this area right here at about 569, 570, and that also there's confluence with the 200 SMA. So that's kind of what I'm looking at short term. But everything looks pretty good. Everything is bullish. 64-hour daily. You're over the 200. You got a green dynamic reactor and trending up and right. It looks like the prime oscillator wants to reset. So yeah, it's looking pretty good right now. So you're on top of the ascending triangle as well. Again, these ascending triangles, I kind of talked to you guys about those, is they build pressure to the upside, and then it looks like it wants to break out here. So your smart target is up around 656, which is, yeah, that's a maybe. You can see, look at the wick where you had that right in that region as well, but there's just not enough up here for me to feel too confident. Again, this is one of those things like, hey, we got the breakout. Thanks for the hookup, Chart Prime. I appreciate you. But this is where I'd probably close just based on where all this resistance is on the left. All right, let's see here. David Gelfin. Actually, not bad. You gave the numbers to where listeners could visualize it. Some YouTubers don't do that too well. Hell yeah, man. Well, I appreciate it. And then Piper is back. All right, my dude. What is that? I'll never forget that live, Alexandria. I don't know which one you're talking about. Refresh my memory. Let's go to which one? You want TIA. TIA. That's for you, Alex. Only because I like you. Do I even have TIA on the chart? There we go. I feel like we just talked about TIA not too long ago. Look at that, man. I mean, it wasn't looking good, but we've now kind of, there's an argument to say that we've kind of reversed the trend, right? It's been coming down and right, down and right. A little bit of a breakout here with a retest. You can see that. I don't have a line drawn, but you can see coming down and right. And then a little bit of breakout with a retest. And then now you got the dynamic reactor. I think when I talked about it, that's what I was saying. The dynamic reactor has been resistance all the way down and right, if I remember correctly. I mean, it hasn't even interacted with the dynamic reactor except for up here. It's an ugly looking chart, man. But it does look like it wants to make a move. But you got to get over the dynamic reactor. This is a very clear level of horizontal resistance, and look at all the volume associated with it as well. Again, high volume area of horizontal resistance. Look at that, 1, 2 rejections with that breakdown. So remember, that's one of the things I always look for is that breakdown. So it would be hard for me to get bullish on this until we break both the dynamic reactor and this horizontal level of resistance. And I think I was talking about that. Somebody asked me about TAI, and I'm like, man, you're going to miss a large part of this move if it does go up and right. But I wouldn't feel comfortable recommending it to somebody, even though, I can't recommend it, till it gets over. Hopefully this closes too, so that you build confluence, right? You get the 200, you get the horizontal level, you got the dynamic reactor, all in vicinity of about $7.50, $8, we'll say, anywhere in between that. We get over top of that, we can truly say, hey, we've had a breakout and we are, reversing the trend on this. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like someone that's not in it, depending on where you get in or where you've gotten in, like you got a symmetrical. Look at chart prime again, man. Look at this. Now it gives you these smart targets. Now this is the third smart target actually. So that means it's hit 2 smart targets already. Third one got invalidated. Anyone not surprised, right? Because there was a horizontal level of support. You had this wick, there was buying pressure off of that. And look at all the volume that came in. So that's one thing that when you guys are scalping or intraday trading and you have a chart prime, one of the things that you can look at on this chart here is this horizontal level of support, right? When this flashes and you get this, see this green bubble right here, that means that it interacted with it. So that means that this line was here. All right. So this line was here. Then it interacted with it. You got to touch on a support level. So I bet it actually, I would say probably print it on this candle right here. All right. So it printed on this candle right here, gives you that support level. Then you get an interaction, you get a green bubble. But what you look for now is all of that volume that comes in with it. So you get all that volume that comes in with it. That can let you know that there's buying pressure that is now associated with that level. So that kind of can give you an indicator too that like, hey, you might be an opportunity to go long, especially, all right. So if you're looking at this, let's kind of break this down a little bit. Guarantee you this printed the support level. This is your interaction because you don't get the blue or the green bubble unless it's already printed, right? So it prints, then you come back down for another retest. But what is the RSI or the prime oscillator doing? It's going up and right. Okay, so that's good. You get a retest up and right oscillator with a lot of volume in this area. I mean, that can show you that there's an opportunity. But then, you got this trend line going down and right. You got to be careful of that. But if you were just to play that, with the trend up to the trend line, let's say even so, you waited for this candle to close. Here to here is 10%. See what I'm saying? Like that's a nice trade. And it doesn't look like much when you're looking at it on the charts from afar. But then when you start kind of like breaking it down, zooming in a little bit, you can see that a 10% move is great. And then you wait, right? This is kind of my game. Like I wait, I'm very patient. So it breaks, comes back down, retests this trend line, right? Retest that trend line. I mean, this is a clear retest of the trend line. You got the OC retest, all right? Comes down and then it takes off again. But look at the oscillator was unfazed at any point through this. Oscillator was just up and right the whole time through this. So pretty cool, man. Pretty cool to see. Chart Prime is very powerful, but it gave you three smart targets. Let's just measure that out. Just down to the support level, 27%. It's crazy. It's crazy. So there you go. There's a little look at TIA. Let's see. What am I looking at? Yeah, I already kind of talked through this, right? $7.30, probably up to about $8 right now. This is going to continue to work its way down. Hopefully, everything kind of aligns so that if you break that, you can be a lot more confident that you are going to reach. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this one because that's just kind of like in the middle of it, right? And just add up volume. Yeah, I could see that. But to be perfectly fair, you're going to have a couple pit stops where these wicks are. This is your big spot right here. Look at that. That's your big spot. See all the support here? Support, retest, breakdown. That's your spot. That's a long way to go though, man. You're sitting up at about $11.50. I don't know the background. Like I don't know like what's behind this project. So it's hard for me to understand the fundamentals and have that just drive my decision making at all. But I would love to see it break out of here. And if it breaks over here, this would be my high side target at about $11.60 or so. All right, cool. Let's look at it. I'm always free for TradeFly except when hockey is on. My man. Yeah. Well, I was hoping FD would be on today. He was trying to make it back in time. He was a little bit late. And then I got audio issues going on, so I just want to keep the stream going. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I appreciate everyone for being here today. It is truly appreciated. Let's keep this going. We are doing great with the views, giving the morning show finally a little run for its money. So that is because of you guys. Our community here in the evening is great. You guys are awesome. I love mixing it up with all of you. Wick589, what's up, my dude? We got the dynamic duo in the house. So the Dusty Hunt, what's up, my guy? How you doing? Just want to make sure everybody gets a little shout out. Flat Smack, my guy, how you doing? And then, yeah, we're going to get out of here. But again, thank you. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe and actually share this out. We would really, really appreciate that. Help us grow a little bit here on the evening show. And, that's about what I got for the night. We are not going to be here tomorrow. We always do Monday through Thursday. So if you guys are new here, Monday through Thursday goes 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we come back on Monday. So, yeah, man. That being said, you guys have a great weekend. Trade safe. Be smart. Check out the morning show tomorrow at 9:30. I should be on that one as well. You guys have a good night, and we are out of here. When you feel slow, you can still go. Even I never answered a no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit right. With the highway, and in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I'm going through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear a bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran for the no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.